Protein spill. Tighten up, tighten up. Hey, Zoo.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
X3, 218, chopper. Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Okay, ready?
Squeeze, double. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Pilot, 64, wing 5.
2nd and 14. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Alert 3.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Charlie.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Throwing on 1st down. Light. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 35-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Blue draw quarters.
58 for Mike. 3 buzz.
2nd and 1. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
That's good for the Lions. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On the double.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Check pass. Watch the edge.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that one will be accepted. And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
91.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Light. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
And the Jets first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Topper! Fair!
This is Hines. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35.
And it's 3rd down.
Go on. Shift. 5.
They'll drop to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, First half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Johnson. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Ready? 30 base.
51. And let's get this.
Get it.
Back to throw. Light. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete on the default. Brings up 3rd down and 17.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
A final shot before break. Light. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken. A knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Hey! Mike 4, Mike 4. Got you. Look, Smoke. I got you, son. Run it.
On third down, Atkins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe it's nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Deep grip.
They'll run on first down. Leach. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Looking to throw. Light. They'll buy some time right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off inside the 10. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Mike 3. Mike 3. Who that? Who that?
Now Atkins looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Buddy up. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Check 4. Check 4.
66. Bullet. Half. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's go.
Atkins to throw on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And he's loose again. Touchdown, Detroit. That punt returned 69 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Ready?
Now a give, right side. Leach. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Operating from the gun. Light. And Thomas has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw, 80 weapon.
Coming to you. Joker, 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 Joker. Hatchet, Hatchet.
On first down, Light. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 16-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Let's see what you got.
Here's a second and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw. Light, screenplay, Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Mike 3. I'm coming. Check 31. Check 31.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's go.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
At the 34-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Go. Got double tight. Double tight. 3 down, 3 down. It's 3. Check 3. 3 down. Watch out, watch out. Short, short.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
Ready? 3. Mike 3. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Atkins now to throw on second down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Here's the Jets punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Here's Hill on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready up.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check 24. Check 24. Shoot.
Right back to him on first down. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now a give, right side. Leach. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off the play fake. Light rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check. Crunch. Go.
Now a give, right side. Leach. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Brings up 3rd down.
Let's go now. 60 or.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Ready.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. On 4th down, Light. And a throw right sideline is complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
On the set.
51 to Mike.
61. Matchbox lights.
On first down, it's Johnson. And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. That one looks like he'll throw here. Thomas has got it, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed. So for Detroit, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2.